Okay, so we're doing another deep dive, and this one's going to be a little different.
Hmm.
It's for all you listeners in the South, and well, honestly, anyone who might be dealing with this big winter storm that's coming.
Yeah, the one they're saying is going to be pretty major.
Right, exactly. And we've been reading this NPR article all about it, and it's got some pretty good info.
Yeah,
So
it really paints the picture.
it does, and I think the thing is, everybody down here loves the idea of snow, right? It's so pretty and rare.
Sure, like a winter wonderland.
Exactly, but then reality hits, and you're like, wait, I don't have any firewood. And what if the power goes out?
No, what about the roads?
Oh my gosh, yes, the roads. So that's what this deep dive is all about, how to be prepared, not freaked out, right?
Exactly. Informed, not alarmed.
Yes. So one of the first things that jumped out at me from this article was how they're saying that heavy snow in the South is, well, kind of a unique challenge.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. We
Yeah.
just aren't as equipped to handle it, you know? Like
Yeah.
north, they've got snowplows everywhere, salt trucks for the roads.
Right, and their buildings are probably built to withstand a ton of snow.
Exactly. And then there's the whole driving thing. You know, most people down here just don't have a lot of experience driving in icy conditions.
Which is kind of terrifying when you think about it.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
So, okay, we know the storm's coming. What are some expert tips to make this not just survivable?
But enjoyable.
Exactly.
All right, so let's talk power outages, because the article really stressed how likely they are.
Mm-hmm. It's easy to just think, oh no, Netflix for a night or whatever.
Right.
But it can get a lot more serious, especially if it's really cold and the power's out for a while.
Especially for older homes that might not be as well insulated.
Absolutely. And then there's cooking. You know,
Mhm.
a lot of people rely on electric stoves and ovens these days.
And what about people working from home? That's a huge issue nowadays.
Huge. So it's not just about inconvenience, it's about basic necessities.
So what should people do? Like
What?
beyond just buying a bunch of candles?
Well, the article mentions having a plan, and that's really key. Like designating a safe room in your house where everyone can gather,
Okay.
and ideally a room that has some other way to stay warm, like a fireplace if you have one.
Right. But of course, fireplace safety is super important.
Absolutely. You need proper ventilation, working carbon monoxide detectors.
Things the article doesn't really go into.
Right, but we can't stress those enough.
So important.
Huh.
Okay. And then there's the driving, which honestly scares me the most.
I hear you. The article talked about black ice, which is basically invisible. And
Treacherous.
yeah, you can hit a patch and suddenly you have zero control.
So is there any way to prepare for that?
No, knowing how to handle your car in a skid is a good start.
Okay.
Like the article mentions countersteering. So if you start to skid, you actually turn the wheel into the skid.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's counterintuitive, but it helps you regain control.
I am definitely going to have to practice that before this storm hits.
Good idea. And speaking of driving, there's a little tip the article mentioned that I thought was brilliant. Keep a bag of kitty litter in your trunk.
Wait, what?
Seriously. If you hit some ice and get stuck, you can pour the kitty litter around your tires for traction.
Oh, that's actually really smart.
Yeah.
I would never have thought of that.
See, this is what I love about these deep dives. You always learn something new.
For sure. Okay, so we talked about power outages and driving. What about just staying warm in general?
Yeah, the article had the basics like layering up, wearing hats and gloves.
All the important stuff.
But you know, one thing people don't always think about is the type of clothing they wear for warmth.
Okay.
Like we all love those big, comfy cotton sweatshirts.
Oh, yeah.
But if those get wet, they actually make you colder. So layering with wool or synthetics is a much safer bet.
Especially if you're stuck outside or something.
Exactly. And speaking of other people, the article also reminded us to think about our neighbors.
Oh, yeah. Especially the elderly or people with health conditions.
Right, they might need extra help during a storm like this.
So checking in on them, offering assistance, that's all part of being prepared too.
It's about community resilience. You know, we're all in this together.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, but now I want to talk about the fun stuff.
Yes.
Because let's be real, a good southern snowfall is magical.
Absolutely. Everything's so quiet and peaceful, covered in white.
I know, I remember when I was a kid, anytime it snowed, even a little bit, it was instant snowball fights building snowmen.
Pure joy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So even though there are some serious things to consider, we can still enjoy this, right?
Absolutely. Being prepared just means we can relax and have fun.
Exactly. So we've talked about the seriousness, the fun, the importance of being prepared.
And now I have a question for you all listening.
Okay, I like this.
Imagine this. The storm hits, the power's out, you're all cozy inside. But suddenly you realize there's something you wish you had. Something beyond the obvious supplies.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
What is it? What unexpected skill or item would you suddenly be craving?
Oh, that's such a good question. It really makes you think outside the box. Okay, well, everyone stay safe out there. Have fun in the snow. And maybe think about that question.
And who knows, maybe we'll talk about some of those answers in our next deep dive.
That's a great idea. All right, we'll see you all next time.
So yeah.